What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here. North London is confirmed as white as Tottenham beat Arsenal 2-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to keep up Tottenham's 100% record at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in North London derbies. I mean, today I think all Spurs fans have got a smile on their face, don't they?
Yeah, and it's going to take something special to wipe that smile off our faces, because going top of the league against the old rival and put them back in their place in like 15th or 16th, I don't know where they're going to be by the time you're watching this, but it could be anywhere.
Some below mid-table.
Yeah, they could be. They're not going to be very far up the table, I can tell you that. But yeah, look, it was a great performance, really professional. We got the job done. We defended like it was our life depended on it. I was so proud of how we performed, and it was a great win.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone watching the AFTV reels and all the memes on social media, it's just been great, hasn't it? The bragging rights are well and truly ours. Let's get into the player ratings. Let's start off with Hugo Lloris. We gave him an 8. And Lloris, it's the same as we say week in, week out.
Every week.
It really is. It's the same week in, week out. Fairly untested. When called upon, done his absolute best. And yeah, what can I say?
One save from Lacazette. Yeah. That's it. And it was a good save, a good header, good save. But other than that,
and commanding from crosses again, I thought.
Yeah, came and punched a few, caught a few, did really well. Look, Jose playing the mind games before, whether he was going to be fit, whether he's not going to be fit.
Was any injury in there?
I don't know. He claims, Mourinho said after the game, he claims that Hugo was genuinely a doubt, and what happened to Partey could have happened to him or Toby, but it didn't. Look, he put in a great performance. It just felt safe, him being in goal, right? And if he was injured and Joe Hart played, there would have been that sense of just
tiny bit of doubt.
Yeah, but I think with knowing Hugo was in goal for us, I thought that was a big element to how we organised in defence and keeping a clean sheet.
All right, let's move on to Serge Aurier. We gave him a 9. In terms of Serge Aurier, what bigger turnaround has there been in Tottenham colours this season? I know you like to say Tanguy Ndombele has probably been our most improved player this season, but I would actually say Serge Aurier, because Tanguy Ndombele, he hardly even played last season, let's be honest, so you can't really call that too much of a turnaround because he wasn't really fixed into the team. But Serge Aurier, he played week in, week out last season, and what a bigger turnaround. I mean, this guy, he's put in monstrous performance now against Man United, Man City, Chelsea, and now Arsenal. I think that's confirmed him completely as our number one right back, to be honest. He's aggressive, he's sharp, he's good in the tackle, 100% tackle completion rate, aerial, look at those aerial duels won, 7 out of 14, and 3 duels won on the floor out of 6 as well, 76 pass completion rate. I mean, Serge Aurier was an absolute beast of a right back against the scum.
Faultless.
Yeah.
He was absolutely full. Where was Tierney? Where was Saka? Nowhere, because he had him in the pocket, both of them. Both of them. He had help from Sissoko. Sissoko likes to help him out a lot, but again, like as you say, we keep saying he has all the tools to be a top right back. He just needs that concentration in his head for 90 minutes to stop those silly mistakes. And yeah, in this game he gave like 1 or 2 free kicks away, but other than that he was pretty near faultless. And
you're forgetting as well, this guy had such a turnaround, and what a hard year he's had with everything he's been through.
We nearly let him go.
Everything that he's been through, his brother passing away, other family issues in there as well. I mean, this guy has had so much to deal with, and the way he's responded, I mean, nobody could respond as good as that.
And to be fair, you would say, since Jose came in last year, we were saying that he's improved. Whether he'd improved, we didn't, not to this amount. Yeah. But he had improved, and now he's becoming a defender first and kind of attacking right back second, and he's becoming one of the best right backs in the league. Yeah. You can't say anything about that. That's the truth, because it's hard to beat him. He's still a threat going forward as well. He's one of the top right backs on form, and the way he's playing it against top clubs as well, at top wingers, he's been sensational, and I can't praise him enough. And we've hammered him before, and we wouldn't even be that upset if we saw the back of him in the summer, even though we did want him to stay.
We said we wanted him to stay,
but if we wouldn't exactly gone mad if he left. But now he's our best right back. No doubt about it.
No doubt about it. Let's go on to Sergio Reguilon. We gave him an 8. I thought again a great display for Sergio Reguilon. I thought defensively he was sound going forward. I mean, he's just so quick. Yep. He's just so quick. It's unbelievable. The amount of recovery runs he does, and to get back so fast to beat the wingers or the central midfielders, whoever it may be. 3. It's just insane. It really is just insane. And this is exactly what we've been missing on the left-hand side of the defence for so long now, basically since Danny Rose has been out of the picture.
He's so aggressive. It's such a it's so great to see. And I don't think he was as good as Aurier, but I thought he had a lot of practice of throw-ins because Bellerin kept doing a foul throw. He couldn't do a proper throw, Bellerin. But look, Reguilon was absolutely fantastic again. Who was on the right hand side? I don't even know who was on the right hand side for Arsenal. Willian. There you go. He was completely anonymous. Every time he got the ball, he was pressured by Reguilon. How many tackles did he make during that game? Well, I know, okay, so there's 2 there, but I can remember countless times him nicking the ball off Willian. It was a sensational performance, and Willian's a player who always turns up against Spurs or a big game.
Today.
Not this time he didn't, because he was up against one of the best left backs in the Premier League. And when I went on Arsenal Fan TV, they were arguing hard for Tierney over Reguilon. I was like, no chance is Tierney better than Reguilon. And the evidence was there.
Let's see what they're saying now.
The evidence was there.
Let's see what they're saying now. Let's move on to Toby Alderweireld. We gave him a 9. Absolutely majestic display from this man. He come in, we didn't know if he was going to play or not. He's been a doubt for he was a doubt for this game, and he was out injured for the last 2 games. It was widely reported, even Jose Mourinho said that he was going to be out for a while. That wasn't the case. He's come back early. First game back, North London derby, and what a performance. This is the exact Toby Alderweireld of old you're seeing, saving a goal on his own when Aubameyang was in.
Yeah, beautiful.
What a challenge that was. And just all day, all night, they just couldn't get past him. And if this game went on for 2 hours, 3 hours more, they still wouldn't get past him, because him and Eric Dier, his partner, who we'll get onto in a second, were absolute rocks at the back there.
That challenge on Aubameyang was the only time throughout the whole 90 minutes he was actually isolated one-on-one, and he dealt with it perfectly. His positional sense is getting back to its best. Mourinho said he was unlucky with his injury when he picked it up against Man City, because he was starting to see the best Toby Alderweireld, but we're starting to see Toby back to his best like he was a couple of years ago. And all the doubts in my mind are completely gone with him now. Completely gone, because he's putting in imperious performance after imperious performance. The way he performed after an injury as well, coming back into the side, was absolutely sensational, and he was a complete rock at the back. Lacazette and Aubameyang, were they even playing? I can't remember they even touching the ball. They couldn't get a sniff.
I mean, I saw Aubameyang, but Toby Alderweireld gobbled up for dinner.
Honestly, he's this is the Toby that we know. He's the absolute Rolls Royce defender that we know and love, and he's back to being one of the best Premier League centre backs in the league. And I'm so happy that he's back here doing it for Tom, because he could have left, remember, for 25 million on a release clause. No one went in for him, and now we're seeing Toby back to his best under Jose with his new contract he signed last season, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Exactly. Let's move on to Eric Dier. We gave him an 8. With Eric Dier, I thought it was really, really, really commanding display. Really showed his authority, especially in the air, I thought, because 3 aerial duels, 1 out of his 4. I would want to say that I thought that he took a while to grow into this game. I thought first 10-15 minutes was a bit sloppy and a bit nervy from Eric Dier. But once he did grow into that game, there was no getting past him. Yeah,
his passing wasn't as good as it has been in previous weeks. He had a couple of sloppy moments in the first half, giving the ball away in his own half. Thankfully, it didn't cost us. But he is just a man reborn this season. He really is a man.
Mountain, mate.
He really is. He really is. Him and Toby are developing a fierce partnership together. They're really becoming unbeatable. Like, they've conceded 1 goal since the Burnley game, since they starting together. They've been absolute a rock at the back. Him playing on the left hand side kind of suits him. Anything that came in the air, he was heading away. He was such a beast, and he was anything coming. If there was a ball coming out wide, he was coming out to meet the striker and putting out for a throw. He was unbeatable. It was fantastic, and he's developed into a very, very good centre-back. You must say that. And I think he's working well with Toby. I think with Toby being the more senior one and him kind of playing as like the secondary centre-back, but I think it's working wonders. And he showed against Chelsea he could step up when need be to be the senior centre-back. But I think when him and Toby together, it's such a delight, and he was great again. It
is. I mean, their partnership is just going from strength to strength to strength. It's growing every single game.
It is.
And now let's move on to the man, PierreEmerick Aubameyang. We gave him a big, fat 10 for his first North London derby. He got what this game meant straight away. The guy was in there. He literally had pretty much, he should have had war paint on his face, because that is really what he was doing on the pitch. He went to war with those Arsenal midfielders, and he did not give them a second to breathe on that pitch. Anytime an Arsenal player had that ball in the middle park, Pierre Højbjerg was in there. Anytime an Arsenal player went past that final third, Pierre was there. I mean, you're talking. We joked about Pierre being the best Pierre in London when he first came, but I don't even think there's a question anymore. This guy is just. I mean, we can't even play without him anymore. We can't.
Partey had to be forced off. He couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle what was going on. He reignited his injury playing against Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He couldn't deal with it. He had a bloody nose. He didn't want to go off. He was like, no, I want to stay on. What are you patching me up for? Get me back on the pitch. I don't want to leave the team short at the back. I want to stay on. This guy is a leader. He's a warrior. He's exactly what Jose Mourinho likes in
exactly
defensive
what
midfielder.
Been crying out for so long.
And he's so much better on the ball than I ever anticipated. So much better on the ball. People say he loses the ball, he can't pass. It's rubbish. He's a great passer of the ball. Really good. How many times was he passing really good balls in between the lines to our attacking players? So many times. Really fantastic. And have you seen the clips as well when he celebrates every tackle like it's a goal? It's absolutely fantastic to see. He loves tackling. He lives for it. He lives for getting the ball and away from goal and getting him off opposition players and getting interceptions and passes. It's a joy to watch. He
doesn't live for tackling, but he lives for helping the team in any sort of way that he could help the team. He'll celebrate that as a goal.
And when he first came to Spurs in his first interview, he said, "What I'm good at is making the team better."
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what he does.
The proof is in the pudding. Exactly. I love a man who knows what he's good at, and he knows exactly what he's good at, and he's showing it.
Let's move on to Moussa Sissoko. We gave him an 8. Again, we could. It's carbon copy. I think him and his partnership with Pierre in the middle is just working wonders for the team. We all said that maybe we want to see Lo Celso and Ndombele in the middle there, but I think against these teams, against the Arsenals, against the Chelseas, then maybe not Arsenal, but against these bigger sides. It's imperative to play both Sissoko and Højbjerg because they give such balance to the team. And when you look at Sissoko, I mean, the energy he provides there in the middle, the skill he provides there in the middle. I mean, what better midfield partnership is there in the Premier League than Sissoko and Højbjerg?
In terms of energy and defensive solidity, nothing. There's nothing. They can't get past them. They're like a brick wall. Sissoko really has become a key man now in this. Well, I doubted it at the beginning of the season. Will Sissoko last? Is he going to be the man who's going to be after, give way? But he's proving pivotal. He's proving pivotal in our team, and I can't deny that. He's been absolutely sensational, him and Højbjerg together. I would like to see, although, we know he's a limited footballer on the ball and whatnot, I would like to see him get forward a bit more because I think he has the energy when teams leave space in behind to kind of exploit that. But I think the way he's helping out the defence, the way he's helping out the midfield and everything is second to none. And he's really providing a fantastic support to Højbjerg's really good work. And Arsenal just had no idea.
It's mainly his work off the ball, Sissoko, is why he's so important to the team.
Yes, phenomenal.
It's
absolutely phenomenal.
Second to none,
really. And Mourinho's really got him playing.
Let's move on to Giovani Lo Celso. We gave him a 7. I thought he was actually better in the first half than he was in the second half. I thought he kind of weaned out the game as the game went on in the second half. But first half, I thought he was getting on the ball, showing some positive signs, but there were a few rustiness moments in there as well. We gave him a 7 just because the whole team as a unit was brilliant, but I still want to see better performances in there from Gio.
I think he did a good job. I did think he did a good job in general. I thought for the second goal, he did really well. He did really well on the counter-attack, playing Son in, and obviously that led to Kane scoring. He had a few sloppy moments in really decent positions when we had chances on the counter, and his passes weren't finding their man. But apart from that, I thought he deputised for Ndombele, who now really has become our first choice at midfielder in that position. But I thought he played really well in the absence of Ndombele. And when the news came out pre-kickoff, you're thinking, are we going to lose that bit of control in midfield because you know how good Ndombele can be? But I thought he stepped up pretty well. It could be, it wasn't as good as Ndombele's been in the past few games, and we all know he's still getting back to full fitness, Lo Celso. But I think he did a really good job, worked really hard for the team. There was also a moment he pinched Thomas Partey off the ball in the first half and set up a really good attack as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think he did some really good stuff, but unfortunately for him, he was really in the team in that transitional area to really set up attacks, and a few times he had a few chances and it didn't quite come off for him. But I thought in general, really positive performance from Lo Celso.
Yeah, I just think he needs to improve his fitness to impact the game for like 90 minutes, you know what I mean? But let's move on to Steven Bergwijn. We gave him a 7. I'm really liking Steven in the front three with Sonny and Kane. I think he provides...
It says 8 there, but we mean 7. We do mean 7.
We do mean 7, yeah. I thought that Stevie B provided really, he provided a good outlet there, good energy, but he doesn't provide that kind of quality which we saw at the back end of last season or when he first joined, I thought.
Yeah.
But with Steven, his work rate is just insane. It really is insane. The way he just bolts after every player, the way he wins the ball back high off the pitch as well. I mean, it's just imperative for the team. And if Bale was playing instead of him, I don't know if we would have that same kind of energy.
Yeah, we definitely wouldn't. And you got to give credit to Bergwijn, because the reason why they weren't getting anywhere on the flanks as well as in the centres is because our wide forwards are tracking back all the time, and Bergwijn was a big element to that. And even late in the game, he was running down the flanks, wasting time, helping the team out, trying to set up a counter-attacks. Unfortunately, unlike Kane and Son, he couldn't really make that much of a difference going the other way, because we were, by the time we needed him, like the game was wrapped up, it was 2-0. So we like that to match that kind of quality that Kane and Son showed in that first half is very, very difficult. But look, he did a great job for the team, as he's done against City, as he did against Chelsea. I'm sure Mourinho is very, very happy with how he's playing, and I can see him continuing to keep his place in the team for the time being, because I think he's doing really well. And I think even in when he does get in attacking positions, he is looking sharp. He's just not, unfortunately, because he's there so few times, it's very difficult for him to actually make that killer instinct. Yeah. But I think he is playing well at the moment.
Oh, I think he's playing really well, and I don't think you can take him out of the team at the moment.
No,
I just don't think so.
I think that front three is working really well together, so I'm enjoying that. So Bale's going to have to work very hard to get in the team.
Let's move on to HeungMin Son. We gave him a 9. First of all, scored one of the great North London derby goals, probably the best goal since Harry Kane put us top of the league for 30 minutes at White Hart Lane. But apart from that, he got the assist for Kane's goal, lovely assist at that. And he was just a nuisance for Arsenal all day long, dropping back defending, going up there attacking wise. I mean, this guy, HeungMin Son, what more can we say about this guy? What more can we say? But what a goal.
What a goal. And it goes on to his clinical finishing that we've said throughout the whole season. That takes it to a whole new level. That was like God level finishing. That 30-yard curler was something top draw. Only the best players in Europe can manage to do that on, especially in such a big game and such a crucial time. Especially as well when we play like we do, where we don't have that many chances, but when we do have chances, we have to take them. So to do that was something extremely special from HeungMin Son, and
he has no right to take the shot on there.
No, and
he has no right to score from there.
But we know how lethal he can be.
And Leno had no chance whatsoever.
He was nowhere near it, and we know how lethal he can be from outside the box. But that truly was spectacular. It truly was elite finishing from HeungMin Son. And let's not forget, he set up Harry Kane for the second goal with a lovely assist as well, laying off for Kane, who finished it well. That link up yet again coming to the fore, being absolute elite, the best partnership in Europe, showing it yet again. And HeungMin Son is just a sensational footballer, and I'm going to watch that goal again and again and again, because it's just one of the goals of the season. I'll be a contender for one of the goals of the season.
Puss gas, mate. Puss gas.
Why not?
Let's get on to Harry Kane, the last of the starting 11. We gave him a 9. Another all-action display from Harry Kane, dropping deep, going up top. I mean, he was a thorn in Arsenal's side literally all game. If it wasn't for such a brilliant performance from PierreEmerick Aubameyang, you're probably talking about Harry Kane as man in the match. Yeah. Brilliant goal, brilliant assist. He was everywhere, literally everywhere on the pitch. They couldn't handle him. They can never handle him, and he's getting better and better.
He's like what Drogba used to be to Arsenal. They can't handle him. Every time he comes up against him, he seems to score.
Literally the ultimate Arsenal killer.
Honestly, how many times did Arsenal have a set piece and he was the one heading it out? Countless. Drogba used to do the same.
At least 3 or 4 times, literally.
Yeah, and Drogba used to do exactly the same thing against Arsenal. He again, an all-action display, as you say, absolutely sensational. That finish will be underrated because of Son's goal. Yeah, that'll be underrated. But that is clinical. That is unstoppable. Unstoppable. He gave that from that position. That's a very hard finish. That's not easy. And to smash in underside of the crossbar, giving Leno no chance whatsoever, taking the keeper out of the game, was another special finish again. And we know Harry Kane has that in his locker to be absolutely clinical. He also got an assist for HeungMin Son, setting him on the counter-attack, as he has done, getting his throughout the season. He's getting his 10th assist of the season. That's now 8 goals and 10 assists in how many 11 Premier League games. So, look, words can't describe how good Harry Kane has been this season. Yet again, continuing to be the best player in Europe this season, and especially the best striker for sure. And another sensational performance in a game where we know that Harry Kane loves to turn up in the North London derby, and boy did he turn up yet again.
Yet again. Oh, he loves a North London derby. Our Harry does. Let's get on to the substitutes. Ben Davies didn't come on for that long. I think he came on for the last 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, we didn't make a sub till very late on, did we?
Yeah, we made the first sub was Ben Davies for Lo Celso with 15 minutes to go.
Yeah, and he shored up the defence.
But nothing much to note really.
I thought he did well because we moved to a back three and he got a few challenges in there. And
the game was done as soon as he came on.
Although it is important to know, I believe we conceded our best chance of the game once we were in a back three, right? Because Lacazette.
That's when Aubameyang went through, or Lacazette's chance.
All that one as well. I'm thinking Lacazette's chance. That was the best chance. Yeah, I believe
Aubameyang's chance was then as well.
I believe they're both of them. So. Yeah. Following on from...
But it wasn't Ben Davies. They both came down the other side.
I'm not saying it's Ben Davies' fault. I'm more commenting on the back three, moving to a back three to drop the game, because we did that on Thursday. 2-1 up, half an hour to go. We moved to a back three and it backfired. I'm not saying it backfired on Sunday, but I think it's important to know we did concede our two best chances once we did move to a back three and gave more encouragement to the opposition. So I wonder if that's something Jose will look at, because I thought we were so...
Do you reckon that's more to do with us moving to a back three in both games, or is it to do with the other teams moving more men forward?
And that's a good look. We have to analyse the game, and we'll probably take a few viewings to kind of analyse that, because I'm not 100% sure. It's a good question, but I think in consecutive games that's been the case. So that's definitely something Jose has to look at and see why
the other team were pushing.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course they're good. Yeah, that's why you move to a back three to start the game. Exactly. The other team are going to push. Look, at the end of the day, we did keep a clean sheet and we didn't concede any more chances. But from my point of view, we were looking so solid defensively. We really did not concede any chances throughout the game, apart from maybe that one Aubameyang header midway through the second half. That was like a half chance kind of thing. Yeah. So why change the defensive formation to a back three when we're not conceding any chances and kind of mess things up? Not mess things up, but kind of rejig things. When I personally felt like we were defending so solidly, all we needed was maybe to swap the attacking players to get more energy going forward, so we can launch some counters, which maybe would have served the team better, in my opinion. But I thought, look, we did keep the clean sheet at the end of the day, and we didn't really concede that many chances when moving to a back three. So I give credit for Jose anyway, but I think that's something Jose has to look at.
Lucas Moura also came on for the last final minutes. Nothing much of note there.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho,
yeah, fantastic,
absolute Jose masterclass today. Okay. The only kind of negative you'll say is what you were just talking about, how we conceded our best chance. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a negative. I'm saying it's the only kind of
thing to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. And just like the Man City game, from when you're comparing last season to this season, comparing last season's North London derby at home to this season, again, much better performance, I felt. Even though we won North London derby last season and probably just about shaded it last year, I thought we were a much better team this year. Much better. We never looked like conceding. I remember Aubameyang hit the bar last year, forced a really good save out of Lloris. Not happening this year. It didn't happen. Arsenal didn't have a sniff.
We didn't give them a hope in hell. We didn't give them a hope in hell.
Once we went 2-0 up, it was game over. I didn't have a worry in the world.
Even when we went 1-0 up, they didn't bother us until until Davies came on.
Yeah. I felt like we could play that game with, as you said before, 2-3 hours and they wouldn't get another chance, let alone score. So the way Mourinho has got this team set up defensively, everyone knows their job, everyone's defending for each other, working for each other, defending like their life depends on it, is a joy to watch. And people say it's boring, whether I love watching it. I do love watching how this team defends and how this team works for each other. And when you're scoring spectacular goals like the Son goal and the Kane goal, it makes it all the better. And look, and I just love the way Mourinho's got this team playing. This is a proper, serious, solid team who's looking to win things and looking to finish at the top, not just near the top, at the top. And it's fantastic. It's fantastic to see. Mourinho has done a unbelievable job with this team. I'm so excited to watch this team week in, week out, and I'm excited to see where the season's going to go. I think Mourinho's done a top job, and the consistency is the most important thing that I'm seeing, because you've got teams like, even people say, Man United are close to you on points, and they haven't played that well. Does that mean Spurs are not? Look, I'm looking at the performances, right, and looking at the consistency. Every week we're consistently playing well, defending for everyone, defending well. Man United 1 week here, 1 week there. They're putting
30 minutes here, here.
Exactly, that's the thing. Spurs are on it the whole game. Their concentration is on it, and their concentration is tip top. And to be honest, in a weird way, I can kind of see why it kind of always goes wrong at some point from Mourinho right now, because it's very hard for players to keep this defensive concentration for like season after season after season. It's extremely intense defensive work, and that's why Mourinho can get this out of the squad for like a year, and then it starts to go wrong. But if he can get this out of this squad for this year, it'll be absolutely phenomenal achievement.
And that intense defensive work is not only required for the defenders; it's required from everyone in the team.
Thing, yeah.
So that's exactly what you.
And that's why when Mourinho usually leaves a club, the shackles are off, and you usually see a bit more freedom. Yeah. But right now, I'm just loving every minute of this, and I think if the team can achieve something this year, even I don't care what happens in the future, if we can achieve something this year with Jose, I think it'll be one of his best achievements, and it would just in general be an absolute phenomenal achievement.
I genuinely think it will be his best achievement after Porto.
Yeah, I think so. It's hard to argue with that. I think he's got this team playing absolutely phenomenally, and he's got everyone working together. Everyone's singing from the same hymn sheet. No dissenters. No one's arguing with him, and no one's thinking he's wrong. From what I can see, anyway, I think he's got the team playing really, really well, and we just don't look like conceding goals ever. Everyone's saying defensively was going to be our weak point, but we have conceded one goal in the last 5 games.
It seems to be
our
biggest strength at the moment.
Yeah, one goal in the past 5 games. That shouldn't even count it.
It seems defensively we're head and shoulders above everyone so far this season.
At the moment. And that's 9. We've got the best defence of the league. 9 goals conceded in total in 11 games. So, and that's considering we've only conceded 1 in the last 5. So I think Mourinho's really got us on the right track, and I'm really excited. And as I say, the most important thing for me is not just the performances; it's the consistency. We're being very consistent ever since that Southampton game. We've been very, very consistent. So I'm really happy with that, and that shows we can go. Maybe we could do this over a season. That's the seeds anyway.
Well, Jose is laying the seeds into the grass for us. Let's hope we can flourish for the rest of the season. And I think we can. I genuinely think we can. But there you have it. That is the player ratings for the 2-0 win against Arsenal. Let me know in the comment section below if you agree with our ratings. If not, let me know your ratings in the comment section below. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs!